I'm Sonia Rania, a foundation educator and the author of My Learning Train and Activity Based series. As I'm getting ready to take my learning train to the next stage and design more things, I still here bridge the gap for children coming from Balvatika or the upper kindergarten to class 1. I wonder if it is a learning gap or is it a gap that we create as adults, expecting children to come from the upper kindergarten and come to first page of class 1 books without transition, without consolidation, and expect them to read it. I don't think that's ever going to happen, and we are going to continue to keep building the gap, not because the learning gap is there for the children, it is a design gap created by adults. We have a wonderful document now which gives us guidelines. It's the National Curriculum Framework for Foundation Stage. It's interesting to see that there is research and consultation with parents, students, and children. 1.3 lakh teachers and education from across the country, from 1,550 districts of 32 states and union territories with 35 groups of institutions. These consultations are in addition to over 500 papers and 25 papers specifically designed for themes connected to foundation, plus 4,000 experts and a 175 strong community team from the National Council of Research and Training, and they have given us guidelines. It is very simple because they also in the next year give us very clear learning outcomes for 5 years, seamless transition. And yet, if we are saying that there is a gap, then we are responsible to create the gap. So, anybody who's designing work for class 1 must plan a transition. Do not expect these little children to come in two different time frames, schedules from a single teacher. They may be moving to us to subject wise teachers. The timing is different, and yet we give them no time for transition. So, please consider that when we are saying learning gap, it is, what does it really mean? It's not a learning gap, it's a design gap created by adults. If we just take cognizance and we design class 1 curriculum, books, activity sheets, activities which are transitionary, and then bringing them to a certain learning outcome, I think the children will never show a learning gap because we will see that the gap is not there. And that's our job as educationists.